Good afternoon, sports fans. We are here today for another Rugby Through the League's Grassroots Day. Today we find ourselves at Trojans Rugby Club to watch Trojans Wands versus Eastleigh Wands. This is a big game for these two teams, as between this ground we're currently at and the hub where Eastleigh play, there's only less than 4 miles separating this. So this is a big game for the bragging rights for the Eastleigh area. Today, we find a repeat of the very first game of the season. Eastleigh played Trojans at the hub. Eastleigh ended up 34-10 winners at home. So today, Trojans are looking to use their home advantage, hopefully overturn that one and grab the bragging rights. Today, for Eastleigh, this is a big game. They are still battling to potentially move up and down the leagues. They currently sit in 8th place. But with a bonus point win today, they can move up to 5th as long as other results go in their way. On the flip side of that, if things don't go quite their way, there is a chance they could drop down to 10th. The league, as I mentioned last week in the Portsmouth pod, the league is very competitive. There is only 3 points between 5 teams. Trojans, on the other hand, sit in 11th place. One above New Milton, who's in 12th. They are 24 points ahead of New Milton, but unfortunately they are also 12 points away from Bournemouth 2s, who sit above them. So they are kind of staying where they are today. So they are playing purely for the bragging rights and the honour of playing today for their club. As I normally do, the weather report, absolutely lovely day, sun is shining, bit of a breeze. For those forwards out there, they're probably going to say it's too hot, too hard, call the game off. The backs out there, the faster people, are going to love this. No excuse to drop the ball, slipping, be a good game to watch. Afternoon all, I have got Steve, the head coach of Eastleigh. Finally get to catch up with you. We tried last time on the 2s game, but it just didn't happen, didn't it?
No, sadly I had to travel over to the island for the away game, so we didn't catch up, but I'm really delighted to have you back, especially for this really important game for our season.
Perfect, Brent. If you guys don't know yourself, please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself, please.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Steve Woolcombe. I'm an outsider as far as Eastleigh are concerned, so obviously I came up, I live in Chichester, so I've operated in most of the clubs around sort of Hampshire. Former soldier, so I've played within the army structure as well, and I did a lot of work in and around Sussex. So this time last year I was a Sussex developer, so going around all the clubs supporting their coaches and upskilling their game, and obviously Eastleigh came up and I decided I want to go back into coaching at a Grassroots club, and Eastleigh was the one for me. Perfect.
And I have to say, what a great Grassroots club. You guys are so welcoming on Tuesday, so again I'm glad to be back with you guys. This season, how's it gone for you personally and for the club?
I came in really late. Most coaches would like to have a full sort of couple of months before they go into pre-season. But by the time the role came up and I applied and that we went through all the red tape, I actually landed my first session for the club as like a way of an interview, if you like, was actually the first session for the club pre-season. So we were straight into it. So I'd spent a long time getting to know the players, understanding the mechanics of the club, all the stuff this is why it takes you 2 or 3 years to really start seeing the fruition of your spoils. So I spent a lot of time doing that, learning the players, finding out the little nuances about certain ways and characteristics. But what I did do is come in with a mindset that I have a way of playing, a philosophy of rugby, and I didn't want to sort of dilute what was already in place. So I just stepped back and just looked at things that they were doing and just tweaked what I could just to try and improve it. Next year will be different, but I'm sure we'll talk more about that in a moment.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, you have led me quite nicely on. So far, your goals for this season, you told me you've joined at the start of pre-season. What had you set yourself out? What would you be happy for the club to achieve?
So when I look back, everything's about reflection. So I look back, where was I on day one? It was all really ambitious. I wanted to get promoted.
Perfect.
Bottom line, that was me. I came in with that mindset and I tried to get that into the players. That's get promoted this year. What I did recognise early doors was the X factor in the club is huge. There's some real quality in the club setup. they're a special team, and they don't quite realise just how good they could be. And obviously, as the season went on, we've learnt some of those lessons, and we've made the changes we did. We started really well. We, got really good steam in our head. We went to the top of the table, and we stayed there for a little while, and then got to November, and then things started to trickle away.
I was going to say, you had an absolute storming start. Has slightly fallen away. I did mention in my intro, I hope you don't mind. You kind of got a bit stuck in the mud, but this league is so competitive.
Yeah.
Apart from having twos, but when they're first playing National League Rugby, the talent pool they're going to be able to call on is potentially above the league level of this league.
Yeah.
But for you guys to compete with them, and even potentially finishing 8th at the moment.
Yep, we're 8th at the moment. There's a point between the 5th place and obviously the 11th place team. So
yeah, actually, I think you said there's 3 points between 5th and 9th place, and I think there's like 3 or 4 points between you and 11th place. So again, it's insane how close the whole thing could be. So at the end of the season, you're going to start obviously approaching. What are your goals going to be for next season, or what plans do you put in place for next season?
Looking at the players that are looking to perhaps hang up their boots this year, who've been mainstay players for Eastleigh for a long time. So next year I'm going to inherit a very young squad. Perfect. So my pre-season is going to be all around upskilling and driving it, and getting them to believe in themselves. That's going to be my major goal, is believe in yourself, believe in what you can do. It takes 15 players to really combat and get the right end of a scoreboard, and I think sometimes we rely on 1 or 2 really talented players. Next year it's going to be really focused on the squad, really focused on attending, making sure that we've got that talent pool, and we find it and nurture it. Some players are going to find themselves in different positions, and that's going to be really interesting. But what I will have in my back pocket this year is that I know the players, I have a good rapport, I hope, with most of them, and so I won't have to worry about any of that at the beginning. It's going to be all about the rugby and the journey for next season. No,
that's brilliant. Enough about, obviously, in months to come. Today, how's your prep been for this game?
So, Tuesday was good, numbers were good, 25 plus. And I've really focused on a couple of real fundamentals that I want the team to adopt today. And I think that's been lacking in previous games. We've run most teams really close. Basingstoke was a complete eye-opener. The scoreline, I think, flattered the away team.
Yep.
But they found it really easy to pull us apart. And there's a couple of things I've teased out of that game from the stats that we've worked really hard on in training this week. We had a great session on Thursday and really drilled down on what that particular thing was. And I hope that will be a game changer to
Hi guys, I've got Rudy here, coach of Trojans.
Yeah.
Rudy, please introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about yourself, please.
So obviously played here as a kid. Came back to coaching here 5 years ago, I think.
Perfect.
And then, here we are today.
No worries. So far, last game of the season, how's the season been for you guys?
Up and down, inconsistent.
Yep.
With variety of reasons, availability,
yeah.
and just the nature of playing level 7 rugby and what people's priorities might be at a weekend.
Exactly. I have said I did the Portsmouth game last weekend. Yeah. They said the league is so competitive.
Massively, yeah.
Unfortunately, you are sitting one above 11th, but you've had some really good results. You've had some unfortunate results.
Yeah, at times. I think we've been competitive, as you said, in every single game.
Yeah.
Maybe not having twos, but I think they've just blown the league away. But beyond that, I think, from 2nd down to 12th, everyone can beat everyone. It's been a really good league in that sense.
I have said earlier on the chats that having twos, when they're ones playing National League, the talent pool they've got is just insane.
Of course, yeah.
Start of the season, you must have had goals. How have your goals gone compared to what's happened?
We probably said top half.
Yep.
We're not quite top half, but there we go. That can't be. Yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah. Exactly. Hopefully, you try and clear something up. I mentioned earlier the league situation.
Yeah.
What's happening? Because you're currently 11th. You're 20 points ahead of New Milton.
Yeah.
12
So
points by Bournemouth.
my understanding, and I could be completely wrong, if Chichester beat Newbury,
Yep.
we stay up. if Chichester lose to Newbury, there's lots of other things that. Yeah.
It's all up in the air.
So today we're all Chichester fans. Yeah.
But I have to say one good thing it's been spoken about. Your 18-man squad, 16 have come to the youths.
Yeah, I think
what's your secret?
Well, that's pretty much every week. We've got a great. Today, come down there on a Sunday, you'll see just how many hundreds of kids are probably running around, and we're very fortunate that some of them stick around. Some of them go on to other things.
Yep.
Some of them go to university. But yeah, I think it's been a real positive. I think there's been a couple of weeks this season we've had 18 out of 18.
Wow.
But I could stand corrected. But yeah.
Again, for me, it speaks volume of the Trojan about being a family club. I say people
very much so.
Throughout, they start here, they almost end their career here probably.
Yeah, I think there is a few guys who go away, come back.
Yeah.
So they've gone away, done some bigger, better stuff, and then they're back here to sort of in the twilight of their rugby career to just help out really, and yeah,
All you can ask for.
that it carries on. Yeah.
Again, grassroots rugby, isn't it really?
Perfect. Yeah.
You live and die by your club really. Today's game, how's your prep been for it?
Yeah, we're excited. We've got a few young boys back in today, as you've probably seen. A couple of guys who played in the National Cup squad for the under-18s in the last few weeks. Yeah, and we'll just see how it goes. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Played Eastleigh first game of the season. We're quite a different side probably to then. I'm not sure if we actually checked the team sheets. But yeah, it's always a good game, physical, intense.
Brilliant.
See how it goes.
Perfect weather for it. Unfortunately, if I was playing as a forward, I would say it's too hot, too hard, call the game off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hopefully these youngsters who like to run around might enjoy it for a little while.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be a warm one, certainly.
I say today the guys are playing for the pride of the shirt.
I'm inspired now. Get one of Pete's quotes in it. Yeah, wind up. Here we go. Nice and tight, boys, yeah? Last game of the fucking season, boys. Away at Trojans. We don't fucking need much more. That warm-up's good. That's our fucking starting block. We build, we build, we build. Like we said outside, everything we do today, we do it fucking together. We do it as a fucking unit. Make amends from last week. We know that fucking wasn't good enough. We know that's not fucking Eastleigh. Today, it fucking is a different story. Yeah? Work with your mate next to him, and we go, we get up, we go again. Physicality from the fucking off today, boys. We cannot be soft. Not round the fucking fringes, not round out wide. Yeah? Together as a fucking unit. Danny, ready? Ready?
Down! Ready, squeeze! Down! Ready, squeeze! Down! Ready, squeeze!
Let's go! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Nothing fucking soft today, let's go!
Right, guys, I've got Dean from Trojans. How do you think the first half went?
Yeah, sort of played into our hands a little bit because we wanted to play quick and fast. We've got the two 18-year-olds you see out there, and they played quick, got quick ball, and that kind of suited the way we wanted to play, really. So,
number 11 and
number 9.
Number 9, yeah. They've got a bit of gas on them. I have likened your number 11 to Chesley Colby. The step and pace and size of him, he's doing really well.
It was an impressive first try. On debut as well. So.
His debut as well.
Yeah, so
I'll try and catch up with him afterwards. As your plan before kick-off, have you guys stuck to it? Have you executed it?
Yeah, it was literally what we said, to get the ball out the forwards quickly, play quick and loose, and that's exactly what we've done. So,
perfect.
Yeah.
And second half?
More of the same.
More of the same?
More of the same.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Fingers crossed, you've run a few tries in. Fingers crossed a few more.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Steve, how do you think the first half went?
A terrible start, to be honest. You know, we said at the beginning that the young Trojans team will try and play it like a set game of 7s or 10s, and we need to keep the ball and keep it tight, and we've done exactly the opposite, and then the score line has reflected that.
Yeah, I spoke to Trojan coach, 17 years old, winger 18,
quick.
Love it quick, you kind of play straight into their hands. So your message for the first half, have the guys stuck to it, or have they kind of gone
no, absolutely
out the window?
Not. Yeah, out the window. We've tried to play too expansive and it's cost us dearly. So, you know, what I've said to them at the half is, let's get back to business, do what we practice in the week and stick to it, and play to our strengths, which is all the big men and the carriers. Exactly.
Now you've got the win behind you, hopefully 50-22 the whole time, in their corner, put pressure on.
Exactly that. You know, I don't really want to kick the ball out of hand too much because their back three will field it and move it from left to right, and then we're doing exactly the same. So I actually want us to keep the ball, which makes for a much harder half for us. But we've left the mountain to climb. We're just going to climb it.
Exactly. Made it hard work, but even more enjoyable when you climb it.
Yeah, exactly.
Keith, thank you very much. Catch you after the game, buddy. Right, I've got Ben and Evan with me today. Trojans making their debuts.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Ben, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Evan?
I'm 18. Yeah, 1-0.
Wow, yeah, back in the days there. Evan, talk us through your first try.
I don't really know. I just sort of legged it. Yeah. Everyone that came at me, I just sort of get out of the way.
I have to say, in my chats, I've likened you to Chesley Colby. That step, you could have stepped 4 people in the phone box and then still made it out of that one there. And typical scrum half.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, mouthing off as always.
Yeah, as always.
Yeah, getting a couple of penalties.
Exactly. But lads, debuts.
Yeah.
In ranking 1 to 10, how does that rank as a debut for you guys?
Oh, that's a 10. Yeah, not bad. Was it 3 tries between us? Not bad at all. Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, I couldn't go much better.
Oh, it wouldn't be bad if I had a third. But,
yeah, exactly. Hat-trick avoidance there.
Yeah, hat-trick avoidance. I don't think you touched the ball in the second half, really, did you?
Oh, I touched the ball once, actually.
I think the scrum half kept kicking it away, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're 50-22 right.
No, lads, obviously bright futures. Next season, is it more the same? Try and push more games for the first?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I think there's been a new setup obviously with Trojans. I think they're trying to push a lot of more boys through, which Dean behind the camera is a big lead in that. And I think all the boys are really excited to come play down, because I think there's been a little bit of separation in the past, but now I think we're getting really involved. Training on Tuesday, a lot of boys getting to know each other, and they couldn't be more welcoming.
No, looking at your results going through, you've had some really good results, some bad results. With the league set up, it's a really competitive league. Eastleigh are a good team, and I think you guys put them to the sword.
Yeah.
So, lads, the future's bright. I look forward to seeing more of you, and
thank you very much.
Hope to bring you through again.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Superstar.
Yeah, wasn't quite the result. Really good start to the second half after a, let's say, questionable first half. What do you think went wrong?
I'm gutted for the lads. I think, hats off to them. They put in a massive shift in the second half. And obviously we lost a man to the sin bin for the high tackle. And on a pitch and a surface where teams looking to play expansive rugby, they're just going to find the holes everywhere. And obviously as we start to dip with energy, then the holes get bigger and bigger, don't they? And it just becomes a game of sevens. So,
like you say, in the sevens, they had I just spoke to them, a 17-year-old winger and an 18-year-old scrum half. Their future looks bright with them. But yeah, I think you just kind of had your game plan second half, executed it for 20, 30 minutes, and then we went back to sevens.
Well, we played to our strengths for quite a spell, and but obviously that's going to exhaust the lads. They're big men. They're going to blow early. I know the two young men that you referred to. I coached them at London Irish, so they're both former products of their academy, so they're good players. And credit to them, they exploited us in the spaces and good footwork. We just couldn't get a hand on them. They were so quick. So just a lesson in defence for us, and we'll take that into next year, staying connected and closing those holes a lot quicker.
I would say, I think if you had a training session Tuesday, I think tackle practice would have been the key thing. I'd hate to think how many tackles you missed in the first half, second half altogether, really.
Yeah, I mean, we shed 30 points in the first half, and that's a huge amount. And at this level, you're not going to come back from that. But they come back, we did, and we took the lead, believe it or not, in the second half, and then lost a man to the yellow, and that just changed the game. And then 3 tries later, and we're chasing shadows.
As I said, we said at half time that mountain was there to climb. You climbed it, but unfortunately, as Mother Nature did, it kind of took its own back on yourself. So, but on to next season now. Build up yet a full pre-season moving forward, and as I said, Eastleigh untapped talent. I think we can go far with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've already started our planning for pre-season. That's out. The date's released. It's on our socials. We've already got players joining us, and we have done for a number of weeks. And we hope to draw more talent in. We're looking for promotion next year.
Brilliant.
No bones about it. We're going to go into the pre-season with our absolutely arses off, and then we're going to go and approach the league again. And we're out there to take blood and be at the top and win it.
Perfect, brilliant. Before we let you go, obviously we're going back to your clubhouse after this, and we'll hope to catch you there, all right?
Absolutely.
Steve again. Right, guys, I've got Mark Jones. Mark, please tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm the chairman of Rugby TTL. I've been chairman here since 2012, and today is my last league fixture as chairman because I'm stepping down and going to let the club have a new face, a fresh face, who will put great impetus into the club, because I think everyone's tired of my old face of my old things. So
it can't be too bad if you've been doing it for so many years now. I guess you've been involved with the club a lot longer than you've been chairman, is that correct?
I first joined Eastleigh in 1981, and I played for the Colts.
Brilliant.
Came up through the junior section, and then I went up to play for the seconds and the thirds and the first team, and had a great time. I captained the first team in 93, 94, 95.
Perfect.
For 3 years, I think. Then I stepped away from that, became secretary. I was secretary for 4, 5, 6 years. Disappeared for a little bit when we set up a business, and came back in 2012, I think.
So you've pretty much done everything in the club. So you've kind of done your full tenure, and now you're stepping down.
I'm stepping down, in fairness, because the club needs a new face. It needs someone else to take it on. You get a bit stale.
Yeah.
And I think someone else needs to take it on and come up with new ideas, fresh ideas, and look at the things that I've got wrong over the last few years in particular, and amend them. So that's, I think, what's best for the club. I'll still be around. I will, if the new committee wants me to do anything, I'll still be around to take on projects or take on certain aspects if they want me to. They might say, you've messed it up so badly, we want to just go away. But that's I will always be available for this club should they want anything.
Perfect. I've dragged you outside because the room a bit loud. Did you have any idea this party was going on? Truthfully, this is after the fact now.
There was a bit because someone from the RFU said enjoy your party, and someone from Hampshire said I hope you have a good night tonight. So
the cat was out of the bag.
Well, I wasn't really sure what was going on. I just thought that there was going to be something, but to see the guys out there is really pleasant and amazing to see. But I just, I always used to say to one person in particular, I've been chairman for 13, 14 years and no one's ever said thank you. And so now that has changed. That's fantastic.
Normally you know you do your job well when no one says thank you, you're just part of the furniture and just carry on going where you are. I won't hold you up too much from joining your party. A couple of things. What's been the best part about being chairman of such a great club like Eastleigh?
That's a good question. I think honestly that the best part has been allowing people to play rugby and play sport and allowing people to make the best of themselves in their sport. And we've had to move the club on quite a little bit since 2012, and I think we've done really well to maximise people's potential playing sport. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm down is I think that's stepped away from that a little bit, and someone else needs to now come in and arrest that slight down curve and push it on and get it back to where it was. But I think that's the most enjoyable thing.
Perfect. And what's one thing you're going to miss about being here?
I will be here. I won't not be here, so I will be here. I think it's right that other people get the chance to make the calls that perhaps I've made independently when perhaps I shouldn't have done. So I think it's good to allow a new team, a new organisation to come in and take the club forward. But I'll still be here. I'll be here for all the home games and the ones and the twos, and I'll still follow the team in the away games and home games.
I'll say, we had a brief chat actually at Trojans. I know it's only a stone's throw from here, but again, the last day, it was nice you could get out and enjoy, which was a good game of rugby.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the result didn't go quite your way. Unfortunately, some little bratty teenagers took it away from you.
Well, I think, in all fairness, the Trojans have been our sort of arch enemy since I joined them in 1981. The truth of it is, actually, they're all like buds. They've always been very good to me and very pleasant to me, apart from one little piece that came up there. But they're a good bunch of guys, and I like them. So it was disappointing to lose today, especially when we thought we'd come back from 34-33.
Exactly, and take the lead and take it off. Nice stop. Thank you. But yeah, a gentleman earlier mentioned about a certain story.
What story was that?
Yeah, Donald Duck or something? Do you want to elaborate on that?
That was a penalty move we had to disrespect our coach probably 40 years ago when we wanted to do a penalty move which was basically, in the old football parlance, me flicking the ball up to the hooker rather than passing it and moving the ball from there. It was, we called it the Donald Duck move. That was a bit of fun, really designed to get in the head of the coach at the time.
That's perfect. Mark, again, thank you very much for your time. Please go back and enjoy the party.
No,
and it's an honour for having your presence. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Hi guys, we've got Alan. Alan, please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name's Alan Jones and I'm the Sponsorship and Marketing Manager here for the Eastleigh Rugby Club. I've been doing that now since 2016. I'm working with Mark Jones for all those years. Before that, I used to come down and watch Mark play in 1982. I moved to the local location here in downtown Bishopstoke. Fantastic player. And then later years, I then became joining the committee. I retired in 2016 And at one of the AGMs, they've said Alan's name's been put forward as the sponsorship, and the whole club put their arms up to say yes, because my son played for them and I was railroaded into doing that job. Anyway, I've been doing that now for a number of years with Mark, and his guidance has been fantastic. The support he gives this club is unflinching. He's recently been playing in the Vets games and did a most fantastic position from the scrum, a pass flat on his face, passing the ball out to the standoff. This guy has been a real block and a fantastic fantastic guy for guiding people like myself who haven't been long with the club as a member of the committee. He'll be sadly missed, but what he does promise to do is he will keep in touch with us. He will take on projects from time to time as well, so we're not losing him. We'll still have his support, and I hope to carry on working with him as well. But he is a fantastic character, and he has Welsh origin like I do as well. It's fantastic.
Perfect. Right, guys, I've got Charlie here. Charlie, please give your story and chat about John.
Yeah, of course. So I've been part of the club now for 20 years, and pretty much as long as I've been here, Mark's been here as well. So I've been playing with him for a long time, or not playing with him, but he's been our chairman for a long time. A real genuine bloke, a real, I guess a perfect person who epitomises Eastleigh RFC. So a really, really good bloke, and have a lot of respect for the guy. And it's a shame to see him move on, but I wish him all the best, and I can't wait to have a beer with him on the touchline.
No, he has been around for quite a while. He's been a bit of a stalwart. Is there anything you're going to miss from him, or?
Yeah, so I think for Mark's always been someone who's one of those chairmen who's very present in the environment. So he's always there, always asking, for conversation, wants to have that conversation in terms of giving advice. He's also very, very clear on the fact that the game's changed a lot since the days he played. So actually he's really welcoming in the sense that you can have that conversation, say this is what I want to do better and so on. And he's just very, very involved with not only the coaching but also just the club in general.
Perfect. So, before I let you go, have you got any messages for him?
So I think just, Mark, I wish you all the best, mate. As I said, can't wait to have a beer with you on the touchline, and can't wait to see you as a supporter, and no longer a chairman. But really look forward to it, and best of luck, mate. Thank you.
Charlie, thank you very much for your time.
Hi, Mark. John here. Yeah, Mark, it's great honour to be able to speak a bit about yourself today. I just sort of recall I was playing Colts for Eastleigh Rugby 78-79, and that was the time then I was working away a lot, and I moved away from the rugby, but I think about a year or so after you then joined Eastleigh Rugby as a Colt, and really what a career for you since then. As over the years I've known you, Mark, you've been a great stalwart for the club. You've been a great captain, club captain, if ever we appointed that, and you were an inspiration for the players. And at the time, Mark, when I come back about 83, 84, we were filled in 4 teams, and of course you were the captain of the first 15. So great credit to you, Mark. As a person and as a friend, that we've shared some good and bad times and things, because we've got some very good common friends, and I wish you all the well for the future, Mark. Take care, buddy.